Shalom. I want to start off giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles of Israel, which are apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim, preaching the truth and all truth, sincerity. Alright, basically what I want to do is this video is going to be basically about the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And basically, even though it's a repetitive topic, but it needs to be said because it's been happening a lot lately. You know, got a lot of our people getting killed again, and a lot of our people amongst themselves basically committing genocide. You know, 'cause especially the town I live in New Jersey, there's been a lot of homicides, a lot of murders. You know, amongst Israelites, mostly amongst Judah, and also Judah, Ephraim, Simeon, so on and so forth, amongst the tribes. You know what I'm saying? The division amongst the nation of Israel. All right, and basically, what I'm going to get into is the reasons why this is going on, because there's a reason why it's our people that's going through this major genocide amongst themselves, and that can't stand each other and basically have a evil eye towards each other. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to get to these couple scriptures. This is the book of and duly note that the reason for this is that the Lord, in the time of Moses, when the Israelites got saved out of Egypt, he gave Moses to give to them laws, such commandments that they were supposed to abide by forever. Right? We didn't do that. So for punishment for us, the Lord gave us these punishments. He gave us evil eye towards our brother. He gave us to our enemies. He gave us to these heathens, man. He gave it to where we basically live. We live like peasants, all right? Because that's the opposite of what we're supposed to live like, you know what I'm saying? Because the people were always like, oh, why is this? Because, you on social media, you see your comrades, your peers, your fellows, your townsmen saying, oh, this got to stop. When we gonna change? We need whatever, you know what I'm saying? The same old rhetoric. We got to do this. We got to make sure our black brothers ain't killing each other. Well, you can't reverse a curse. The Lord put a curse. And I'm going to get into it real quick. This is the book of, the book of Psalms, chapter 78, verse 5. For he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel. All right, what's the law? The law that was given to Moses. The law, statutes, and commandments. All right, all 613 of them. All right, that was a protocol that the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, were supposed to live by. All right, you didn't want to live by them, so you know what? We know what the Lord did. The Lord punished us, and that's what we witnessing right now. When we see our men getting shot, we see our women getting shot, we see our men shooting each other, fighting amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason for all that, man. Those are curses, man. Because no nation should be in that much amongst themselves. All right, it says, for he appointed a law in Israel, which commanded our fathers, that they should make them known to their children. All right, what's that mean? So when the father was told, when the first time out of Moses, out of the land of Egypt, it was a trickle on down to every generation forever, man. There wasn't no pause. There wasn't no, all right, well, you ain't got to follow the law, such commands for this, something around 100 years. No, this is supposed to be forever, man. This was abide forever, man. The law abided forever, and it still applies, all right? Because if it didn't apply, we wouldn't be getting punished for what we're doing right now, all right? That's the major key of it, is that as long as we're gonna be in America, you always gonna have Jake killing Jake, you always gonna have Jake fighting against Jake, you always gonna have these gangs, man, you always gonna have this division, you always gonna have this straight up anarchy amongst Israel. Because Israel is under curses, all right? On the flip side, these curses are almost about to be uplifted, but for the meantime, we still are under these curses. All right? That the generations to come might know them, even the children of which should be born, who should arise and declare them to their children, all right? So that's more children being born, telling their children, so on and so forth, all right? This is supposed to trickle down forever, man. And there's a reason, and I'm gonna get it in the book of Deuteronomy, 20th chapter. It tells about what happens if you do follow him and what happens if you don't follow him. That's all. That's the way of life, man. That's why we going through what we go through, man. And that's why, and you people continue to pray to a fake God called Jesus or Allah or whatever you're into, man. You will continue to be seeing your people getting gunned down, whether it be by police, whether it be by their own people, whether it be by these other nations. We always gonna be in conflict on the earth, man. We never gonna have peace, because what? Micah 2:10. This is not our rest. This is a land of our captivity, man. Straight up. That they might set their hope in Yahweh and not forget the words of Yahweh, but keep his commandments. So what? After Egypt, long down the line, Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, you forgot the Most High, man. You forgot the Lord. You forsook the Lord. You have forsaken the Lord to this present day. Because it's not like, oh, when the Israelite get killed, you saying, well, I hope Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is in soon. Oh, now, only certain people in the mindset of the nation of Israel, which is the elect, is going to have the mentality. But that's a select few. But for the rest of everybody, our nation, man, they not going to get it, man. They going to continue to just whine and cry instead of try to get the understanding. But you know what? It's not for them, because the Lord said he blinded most of Israel. He blinded 2/3. So if you out here, if you believe you're talking to a sincerely Israelite person that believes in this, they're going to take heed to this, and they're going to not whine and cry on. They're going to get into the scriptures. They're going to study more, pray more, fast more, which is something brothers need to be doing more, myself included, is why I'm saying it. All right? This, and there's consequences for not following the rules, just like in Esau's society. You don't follow certain rules, something happens to you. You don't pay your taxes, they'll take your money out your check. You don't pay your rent, you'll get evicted. You don't pay your cable bill, it get turned off. You don't pay the water bill, it get turned off. So the same thing with the Lord's rules, there's consequences, just like these devils. All right? Okay, I'm going to jump on down to verse 21 of the same chapter. It says, Psalms 78 and 21. Therefore, the Lord heard this and was wroth. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm going to go to Deuteronomy 28 chapter to set the real precedent. All right? Because this is badly needed, man, amongst our people, man. Now, this is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. I'll start at. It says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all these his commandments. What? To observe, to look, to read them, go over them. What? And it says, hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, which our people are not doing, because they not hearkening unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. They're talking about Jesus and Christ and all this bullshit. It says, hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Now I'm going to read a couple of verses, but basically, and if you want to get more in depth, you can read this whole chapter on down from 15 on to 68. Because this chapter really is a blueprint onto life as a slave, as an Israelite in America and other captivities, man. Because this is way before America, but this is still describing America, because it's nothing but captivity. I'm gonna read a couple bars of this chapter, but I'm gonna jump around through the spirit. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. So what? These other nations, man, these other nations take joy in seeing our downfall, man. They laugh at us. Oh, these dumb black people. Oh, dumb niggas. Oh, the dumb coolies. Whatever byword. It said byword, man. So basically, if they're not calling you an Israelite, they're calling you a byword, man. They calling you a proverb, man. When you call all those African Americans, that's a fucking byword, man. And that's not our title, man. That's not our title to the Lord. Ain't no African Americans in the Bible. The Bible is the way of life, man. The Bible is the other nations too. Those names they're gonna get reminded of who they are too. Where they going? And I'm gonna jump to where is it at? Where is it at? So that what the hell is it? And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other, and thou shalt serve other gods. So what? You serving all these gods, man? Jesus, Allah, Buddha, the Egyptian stuff, the Egyptology, man. All these other false gods, man, they ain't doing nothing for you, and they haven't done nothing for you, man, and they continue to not do nothing for you. All right. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that name is the only name that gives you power, man. That gives you some kind of merit, man. There's no other thing out here for us, man. That's why we in this predicament. Here it is, time and time again, motherfuckers been praying to Jesus. And what had Jesus done for you? That's a terrible God. He has done nothing for you, so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All he's done is been the one, he's the one that's been oppressing you. Because that's the God your oppressors made up and forced on you. But the Lord, true name is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Yahweh, he is Yahushua, he is the deliverer, because he's going to be the only one to save the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, out of this predicament we in, man. And it's coming real soon. But in the meantime, we got to get into why the fuck we in this predicament, and why the hell, and how the hell we can get out of it spiritually. Because we're not going to get out of it physically till the Lord sends Yahushua back. But in the meantime, we can get out of this spiritually and mentally, and gradually the physical part is going to come. All right. And it says, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people. So that's how you got Israelites all over. Those are the Israelites. Those are the Gentiles. But they're Israelites that look like these other nations. Because you got the people that got this strange thing of, well, all nations can make it. That's what Paul was about. When Paul went out to the Gentiles, no idiot. Paul went to the Gentiles that were scattered amongst the Israelites, scattered amongst the Israelites that were scattered amongst the Gentiles, which are the other nations. Those heathens, man. Those Elamites, those Moabites, those Ammonites, those Elamites, Edomites, even. You know what I'm saying? That's the people that's the only Gentiles the Lord is dealing with on a positive note. And it says, and there thou shalt serve other gods which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So what? You got wood and stone. You got these statues and these sculptures that our people are all into, like the Jesus sculptures and this sculpture and that sculpture, that shit up in Mecca. You got a bunch of folly, a bunch of false gods that haven't done nothing for you, because the Lord said that there's no power in these other gods, man. And the Lord even said, I'm roughly paraphrasing, if there is any other God, I want to meet him. If there is any other gods, I want to see his true power. See if he could fuck with me. All right. And among the nation thou shalt find no ease, man. And we amongst the bases of men, we amongst Edomites ruling, man. So you know we ain't gonna find no ease, man. We know we ain't gonna find no rest. So where it is you talk about it's gonna get better someday, man. I'm gonna read that again, man. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 65. And among these nations, so amongst all the nations you scattered wrong, because just because you look like these other nations, the Lord got your number. The Lord know who you is. All right, it's the Spirit. It says, and among these nations shalt thou find no ease. Because I forget the name of it. It's the Israelites scattered amongst Elamites. There's a certain area where they at, and they know. Even in certain parts of southern Italy, the northern Italians don't fuck with it. Don't fuck with them. Because I remember in referencing the Sopranos, when Tony had got old boy from actual Italy. So, I think he's like a goon for him a little bit. If people that seen the Sopranos, my man that had the ponytail, he was basically telling how the northern Italianers be basically shitting on the southern Italianers, man. Why? Why is that? Because they know that they're the Israelites. They know that those are the ones that got that Negroid blood in them. All right? Oh, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life. And it's funny, this scripture ties into what I seen this girl post on social media. She basically said, because the hometown I live in New Jersey, there's a kid that got killed, and he was he's a fairly popular guy. He was a popular guy, right? So everybody's posting about his death, condolences, speaking on this, and somebody posted that people leaving Plainfield, people living in the town Plainfield, which I live, they're saying that you leaving. And you commenting on how we should change it, but you left. And the chick brought up a good point. She's like, yo, I'm not saying I don't like Plainfield. I'm saying that what's the point of me staying here? And I got 2 children. I got to look after them. If I got to worry about them getting shot going away to the store or on their way to school, on their way from school. That's the point. That the life is hanging in doubt, because she would be scared that she might die or her children might die. And the Lord don't bias. It's not biased on the spirits he takes out, man, because the spirit is just a spirit. He could take out a woman, take out a child, take out an old person, no matter how he sees fit. All right? It says, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life. So basically, Israelites always going to fear, you got these cops out here killing niggas. You got our own people we got to watch out for. You got these other nations that give us the nasty air. We got a lot on our plate. For if we did not follow law, statutes, commandments, the Lord put a lot on our plate. And we've been drinking this cup for thousands of years, man. It ain't just start with America. It's just that America is the worst one. Because America is basically where we lost being Israel. We lost being the Israelites. Because we African Americans now. We Negroes, man. We Haitians. We Puerto Ricans. We Dominicans. Native Americans. what else? Colombians, Costa Ricans. It goes on. Ecuadorian. It goes on. You calling yourself American? You got our people that's saying they're proud Americans, man. When America's been nothing but shitting on your own people, man. And you getting in bed with Esau means you shitting on your own people too, man. Oh, I got another scripture too. Bear with me. This is the book of bear with me. This is the book of Lamentations. Damn it. Bear with me. Salakia. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 2, verse 21. And it says, the young and the old lie on the ground in the streets. So that's old people and young people. My virgins, young girls, and my young men, young teenagers, high schoolers, so on and so forth, college students, all right, are falling by the sword. They're falling by the sword. What? Now, it don't mean, it's not specifying which way. It's just a matter, the modern day sword is the gun. Or you might have swords, but for the most part, people getting shot in the streets. You know what I'm saying? They said they lying by the sword, man, and he covered all categories: young men, young women, old men, old women. All right, and it says, falling by the sword that has slain them in the day of thine anger, that has killed and not pitied. So what? The Lord did not pity. The Lord did not pity Israel. He's not pitying Israel right now. You know why? Because he's not pitying. Because this is a punishment to us, man. It's not he just saying, "Oh, I'm just killing Israelites because I'm just killing my own people just to see how they take it." No, this is a punishment, man. It makes perfect sense. You don't want to follow me? I'll give you over to your enemies, man. And we wait and elect, man. Lord, when I'm not part of the elect, Lord, when these other brothers that I'm camping with, and that other brothers that's camping across the earth, preaching this word, man. We hope we're part of the elect, and we hope the elect is going to get sealed soon. We hope the elect is on the way to being sealed, man. We hope it's like, yo, 143,000 is being sealed right now. 144,000 being sealed. But in retrospect, we know that we got a few more prophecies that need to take place. Henceforth, the chip, which they're guaranteed doing, certain wars. That's me title for another video. These wars happening because on the sidebar, I don't know if you people know that it's a lot of things going on with America and Russia. All right, and Russia's not the country you want to be on some beefing with. And America knows that. And you got Monkey Boy that just threw in the sanctions for Russia, and he kicked all the Russian diplomats out of America. And I think Putin was going to do it, but I don't think Putin did, all right? Kick all the U.S. diplomats out of Russia. But shit is getting tense, man. Shit is getting hot, man. Shit is about to crack open, man. These are the sign of the times, man. And for you people out there that continue to think that it's going to get better from here on out, you're sadly mistaken, man. And for you Israelites, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, 2/3 are not, just to the whole nation of Israel, just know this: it's going to get worse before it gets better. And the part that's going to get better in is going to be for these for these missiles to hit America, which is gearing up right now, the World War III, and then after the Lord sends His Son back and the angels, that's when it's going to get better. So it ain't gonna get better while America's still existing, man. You gotta dead that out your mind, man. You gotta understand that this place has been a punishment for you. This place is a detriment to you. This place has done nothing good for you. It's not a positive place to be in, man. Esau don't care about his own people, so what he gonna care about the people he hates? All right. Let me read that again. It says, the young and the old lie on the ground in the streets. My virgins and my young men are fallen by the sword, because these cops don't discriminate. What's old girl name? They got killed in Ohio. Supposedly she committed suicide. You had the cop that body slammed that 14-year-old. You had the cop that suplexed the other girl, and the one girl that got slammed in the pool, and the other girl got slammed in a classroom. There's no rest for Jacob, man. The man or woman. All right. I'm gonna jump up to verse 5. No, I'm going to jump into verse 2. No, verse 3, excuse me. This is Lamentation 2 and 3. He hath cut off in his fierce anger all the horn of Israel. He hath drawn back his right hand from before the enemy. And he burned against Jacob like a flame of fire, which devoureth round about. Now, all of these scriptures where the Lord talks about destroying Israel and getting at Israel and punishing Israel, it's all for the fact that we disobey His law, statutes, commandments, man. And this the punishment we living out right now. That's why it's never. That's why it always seems like you as much as you think you're doing positive, it'll never be positive being here, man. Because you cannot reverse a curse that you didn't set. Now, I mean, because the Lord put these curses, we can't offset the curses that we didn't even put on ourselves. All right. This is verse 4. He had bent his bow like an enemy. He stood with his right hand as an adversary. So what? This is the Lord. This is the power of all powers being an adversary to us. How we gonna go against that, man? How we gonna go against the power that created everything, every being in life, every being that we know and every being we don't even know? How we gonna go against that? All right. So you people our people that are marching and all this crime. Which I mean, I'm not saying that people that's getting murdered in these streets. I don't feel sympathy because I do. Honestly, I do. It's fucked up. But you gotta understand that if you know the reason why it's happening, you won't feel as bad as you do. Because if you think it's just some random killings, it's random killings on the surface. But to the Lord, the Lord said nobody perishes being innocent. Whoever perishes being innocent. All right. Who's to say that people getting killed ain't the one that was beating on the son, that was spitting on the son? Who's to say that? And it says the Lord was an enemy. He have swallowed up Israel. He have swallowed up all her palaces. He have destroyed his strongholds and have increased in the daughter of Judah mourning and lamentation. The increase, and you see how he specifically said Judah. Now Judah, if you don't know, is the so-called Negroes walking the planet Earth today. People of Negro descent. All right, Southern tribe. And you said because that's the head tribe. He specifically said Judah, and I'm gonna read it again. Now, case in point, you gotta understand that these are the Negroes, and it says the Lord was an enemy. He has swallowed up Israel. Now, this is all the nation. He have swallowed up all her palaces. He have destroyed his strongholds and have increased in the daughter of Judah mourning and lamentation. Now, he said he increased in Judah mourning and lamentation. That's why if you have any kind of common sense, you see that the so-called Negroes and West Indian and Haitian, they go through the most out of all the tribes, man. Because all the tribes go through it, but it seems like because the Negroes are the ones that get the most flack. The Negroes are the ones that get the most of everything, man. They get because the Lord keyed out Judah, man. He said Judah. It's 12 tribes, but he said Judah. Now, quick question: how the fuck you think that's the people in Israel right now, man? What lamenting are they doing? What mourning are they doing? I don't see a bunch of Israelis getting shot in the streets by each other. I don't see a bunch of Israelis all in Israel beefing and street fighting and gang this, gang that. But you see that amongst our people. Why? Because we the real Jews and we are the real people under these real curses. All right? And with that, hopefully this was edifying. We'll get more in depth and do another video, Lord, through the Spirit, Lord willing. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. Double honors to the apostles of Israel, which are the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and love to all the brethren, preaching truth and all truth and sincerity, all right? We still got to keep fighting. The Lord about to send his son back, stuff is coming into fruition. Hopefully this is the year. It's about to crack 2017, so-called, in a few hours, all right? Who knows what's in store, man? Just keep praying, keep fighting. We almost out this bitch, man. All right, Shalom.